ready, my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Southeast Louisiana. I'm Reverend Larrye-Marie Heyl, the spiritual director here, and we are a group of radically inclusive spiritual renegades healing hearts and creating community. And we embrace conscious spiritual living and encourage everyone to live in enthusiastic expectancy of their abundance and their good. So we continue our remarkable 2023 journey today with week 5 of our series, This Thing Called You. Each week is independent, so stay as we talk about planting a garden of love. And we learn today to live from our highest and best self by honoring each other through love and by being kind when we might rather be judgmental or revengeful or angry. So stay with us and enjoy the journey. Let's begin with prayer. We take a deep, nourishing breath. We settle into that place where we know our best self, where we know that the divine lives through us as us, where all of the love and the kindness and compassion and forgiveness springs forth. And we know that as expressions of the divine, that all of that is ours to tap into at any given moment. And what I know today to be the truth is that we are indeed, as a community and individually, planting love on this planet. That each of us is here by divine appointment to hear something in the message, in the words of the reading, in the music, in a quote, maybe in a lot of those things. We're here to hear something that is going to shift us into reminding us throughout this year to plant a garden of love. So I'm so grateful that you have decided to join us today. I am so grateful that you are giving us some of your time and are here with us today with this community. And it's from that gratitude that I release these words into the law of mind, spirit, and action, because the divine has already said the only thing that's ever said, which is yes, because we've asked. So knowing it's already done, I say amen, and we can affirm it together. And so it is. And it's easy to plant a garden of love and be guided by love when we remember we don't walk alone, which is the title of this song by Karen Drucker. We're so blessed to have her today as our musician. Sing along with her.
Good morning. Here's what I want to remind you of. You are never alone. I am never alone. We are never That's what it's all about. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living Southeast Louisiana. It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco. All right, get up off your seats. Here's your chorus I want you to sing. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. Okay, got it? I don't walk alone. Say with me now. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I felt so lost, I couldn't find my way. Searching for an answer, how to make it through the day. I called out for help and felt something shift inside. A presence, a power that cannot be denied. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. You singing with me now? I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. No matter what I call it, no matter what I believe, I know that when I'm hurting, if I ask, I will receive the love that I am needing, the peace within my soul. I can surrender and let go. I don't walk alone. Walk. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. Grace. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Walk. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. Grace. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I'm never alone. I'm never alone. I am never, ever alone. Can you declare that for yourself? Just say, never alone. I am never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never alone. Spirit is with me. Never alone. I am never, never alone. Spirit is with me. I am never alone. Spirit is with me. Spirit is with me. Never, ever alone. Spirit is with me. I am never alone. Spirit is with me. Never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never, ever, 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 ever alone.
So this is our time for celebration and healing. Our time in our service where we celebrate life and we pray for people who desire prayer. We begin with celebration, so I invite you to say aloud so that the whole universe can hear it, any event in your life for which you're grateful and joyful this week. And now we turn to the healing portion of our service. We're a community steeped in healing. So we pause now to pray for anyone who's not feeling the joy of life that we perhaps were just feeling. They're not feeling maybe that they have things to celebrate. And I truly love this part of our service because it's so in alignment with who we are. So let's pray. God is all there is. God is that love and that peace and ease and grace and freedom and so much more. And as an individual expression of the divine, each of us have within us all of these qualities of spirit. They're available to us right here and right now. And what I know to be the truth is that there are people on this planet right now that aren't embracing those qualities. So we stop for a moment and we create a circle of love. And in this community, we place in that circle of love anyone that we recognize within ourselves or for someone else that might need prayer. So I'm going to pause, and I just invite you to say aloud the names of all of those people that you want to include in our circle of love. I know that God is right where each of us happens to be, right here and right now, moving in, through, and as each of us. And I know that the divine has heard every name that we spoke, either in our hearts or aloud. And what I'd like you to do now is pause again, and from your heart to all of theirs, just send out love, knowing that the divine knows exactly how to distribute it. And what I know to be the truth is that anything that needs to be released within each of these people is being released now, be it disease of the mind, of the body, of the soul. I know that anything that's seeking to come forth and be lifted up can be lifted up. And that this release and this lifting up is healing whatever's called to be healed. I know that each of these people is feeling more deeply their connection with the divine right now. I have evidence of that, and I know it to be the truth for everyone that we place in our circle. So I'm so grateful to know that the God without is the God within me. The God without is the God within every person in our circle, every person in this community, and every person on this planet. And I'm grateful for that power of community prayer and what it means to the uplifting of the people on this planet. So it's from all that gratitude that I release this prayer into the law of mind, spirit, and action. Because I know that the divine, in all of its wisdom, has already called all of this good. Any heavy lifting that needs to be done to heal whatever needs to be healed, the divine has already taken care of. So I can just know it's already done, say amen, and together we can affirm it. And so it is. I invite you to join me for our community affirmation. My life's purpose is already within me, and I am committed to its unfoldment. I am here by divine appointment to join in a community that cares for one another, to be in a place that transforms people's lives, to remember the highest truth about myself, to learn spiritual tools for personal transformation, and thus to make the world a more joyful place. So this is our time for meditation. I just invite you to release the past. Let go of anything that you're thinking about for the future, and just be in this moment right here and right now. I truly invite you to embrace the words of our meditation song today, and then allow Karen to take you into that place within where you truly know the divine has planted a garden of love in you. Enjoy the meditation song, I Send My Love. And when Karen just begins to play, feel the love in your prayers, the joy and the peace that you send out returning to you.
So today we're talking about love. So I want you to think about, who do you want to send some love to? Picture them in your mind's eye. It could even be sending it to yourself. Picture yourself looking in the mirror. Who do you want to send love to? And sing this with me. I send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. That's the whole thing. Sing with me now. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens. It returns to me, and it returns to me. I send my prayers. I send my prayers over the mountains. I send my prayers over the sea. I send my prayers into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens. It returns, and it returns to me. I send peace. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace into the heavens, and it returns, and it returns to me. Let's send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. Send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Do that line again. And it returns to me. One more time as we get ready for our meditation. And it returns to me. All right, sing with me one more time. I send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. It returns, and it returns to me, and it returns to me.
I know you enjoyed that meditation, and I'm grateful for Karen for her beautiful music today.
My name is Larrye-Marie, and our reading today is from Chapter 5 of This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. It is important that you maintain a strict censorship over your thinking. Just as you watch your garden, that foreign seeds shall not fall into it, producing a growth of undesirable plants, so you must refuse entrance to any thoughts you do not wish to see manifested in your life. Guard well this garden of your mind. It is God's garden of your soul. It is your garden of Eden, wherein may grow your fondest desires and hopes, blossoming into fulfillment. Or, if you permit, the weeds of destruction, fear, and doubt will choke out the beauty of hope until despair alone remains. Watch carefully then this garden of your soul. Plant there only seeds of happiness, of joy, of peace, and of goodwill. It may be necessary to cultivate your garden, to uproot the weeds and straighten out the rows, planting new seeds, new ideas, broader visions, and deeper realizations of life. New aspirations must be bedded here, fertilized with the fervor of hope, the conviction of faith, the beauty of holiness, and the quietness of peace. Watch your garden carefully, guard it patiently, waiting for a new harvest, for you shall reap what you have sown. Plant love in your garden. Kindness and sympathy flow from the heart of love. And human goodness follows divine realization at every turn in life's road. Kindness and understanding are divine flames lighted from the altar of love, upon which burns the light eternal. Go often into your garden, sitting under the tree of life in cool, quiet communion. You will find fresh inspiration. God himself will go forth anew into creation through you.
This song is a marvelous introduction to the message because it reminds us that when it seems that we have roadblocks in our life or are experiencing lack of harmony, that we can let love be the gift that we bring to that situation. Sing along with Karen as she reminds us to let love lead the way.
Okay, so now this is a song that you have to get up off your seats and maybe move around a little bit. Talking about love here now. When my world is not okay, when there's roadblocks in my way, when I feel so all alone, these words will bring me home. Here's what I want you to sing with me now. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh, oh. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. When we can't see eye to eye, no matter how hard we try, we can find our harmony if you sing along with me. Are you ready? Here we go. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh, oh. Let love lead the way. love lead the way. In everything, love will be the gift I bring, to give and to receive, straight from the heart. I'm gonna let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh, oh. I'll let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way. Okay. So now I want you to think about this for a minute. Rumi said, what is it you want to change? Your hair, your face, your body? Why? God is in love with all those things, and he might weep when they're gone. Love yourself. Love everybody else. So are you getting up yet and dancing? See, I need to be standing up doing this, but each morning when I wake, there's a choice that I can make. In everything I do and say, I'll let love lead the way. All right, sing with me now. Here we go. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh, oh. I'll let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way. Modulation, let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Oh, oh, oh. I'll let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way. 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 Let love lead the way.
I'd like to thank our reader, Gloria Nye, for the fabulous reading today, for Karen Drucker for all the beautiful inspirational music today, and our own CSL music team as they participate every week. We're in week 5 of our This Thing Called You series, and it's that beautiful book by Ernest Holmes. We've already talked about the joy of living, about making choices and aiming to manifest what we want, about knowing that it's done unto us as we believe. And last week we talked about being captain of our soul, allowing ourselves to be guided by love and inspired by the truth of who we are. This week we continue this 2023 remarkable journey, and we learn to live from our highest and best self, by planting a garden of love, by honoring each other through love, and by being kind when we might rather be judgmental or revengeful. Our topic for today, plant a garden of love. So the question for this week is this: what is the one choice you can make today to plant a garden of love? To allow kindness and understanding to flow from your heart, and to know that the divine goes forth anew into creation through you. One more time. What is the one choice you can make today to plant a garden of love, to allow kindness and understanding to flow from your heart, and to know that the divine goes forth anew into creation through you? Loving is a lot like gardening in a lot of ways. You reap what you sow. In this philosophy where we're all one, it stands to reason that we do unto others as we want them to do unto us, and what we do unto others comes back to us and affects us in some way. So it's important that we plant a garden of love. Gardeners out there, you know that when you plant things, you believe that the seed will sprout. And it's going to sprout into what you planted, right? You don't plant squash and expect to get potatoes or carrots. That's not the way the law of planting or the law of gardening works. And I'd venture to say that you don't go digging up those seeds that you planted because they don't sprout quick enough or give you as an abundant a crop as you expected. When I was living in Kokomo, Indiana, we had a garden in our backyard, and this little girl that lived next door to us came over right before the carrots were ready to be harvested, and she dug up all the carrots. It was interesting. She was actually checking out what was underneath those seeds. If the crop isn't as good as expected, we might look at why that happened. Was it too hot or too cold? Did the plants not get enough water? Did they get too much water? The important thing is that we don't blame the plant because it didn't meet our expectations or it didn't grow full enough or fast enough. Oh, that it be that simple with our thoughts and with relationships and with planting that garden of love in our life. Ever notice that when you get disconnected from somebody and then you want to get reconnected, so you go make an effort, and sometimes they're not ready to reconnect, and so the effort doesn't quite work, and all of a sudden, what happens? There must be something wrong with them. How could they not see that we were making an effort? And then we're off to the races. Blame, shame, anger, doubt, whatever. Imagine if we planted love the same way that we planted tomatoes or carrots, without the expectations of it returning the love that we expect it to get. What if we planted love and took the conversation we had a few weeks ago about choosing to see God in everything, and whatever grew from the planting, from that effort that we made to reconnect or to be kind? Wouldn't it be fabulous if we took all those times when people didn't react the way we expected them to and just realized for both of us, the results were merely lessons, that the seeds of love were still growing, that there was a call for love in that moment, a call for more nurturing, maybe a little bit more watering with kindness. I know I used this quote from Ernest Holmes last week, but I just couldn't help repeating it this week. When the time comes that nothing goes forth from you other than that which you would be glad to have return, then you will have reached your heaven. In the reading today, Gloria read about guarding the garden of our mind, that garden of your soul where you grow your deepest desires. Doesn't everyone want more love in the world? In Science of Mind magazine in February, way back in 1994, they had a message that I would like to share. Great oaks start as small acorns. There must be a seed before there is a plant. There must be an idea before there is a form. There must be determination before there is accomplishment. And there must be good-natured flexibility in one's willingness to follow the little through to the big. We do not start at the top, but climb the ladder of life from the first rung. The law of evolution or unfoldment is in all nature. So how do we plant the seed and start that idea, that garden of love growing? Where might we be determined to have good-natured flexibility? Or who might we be to climb the ladder from the very first rung? In the Bible, it tells us that Jesus looked at the multitudes and was moved to compassion. How might we be that? When we come from our heart, we can recognize love as well as those calls for love, and we can plant kindness and understanding. Ever notice that fine line between love and blame and shame or anger? How do we shift from not getting angry when we plant love and our expectations are not met, and we really want to just allow kindness and understanding to flow from our heart in that situation? Well, first, we eliminate the ego. Think of ego as edging God out, and just stop it. We learn to follow the words of that song, stop in the name of love. Stop and see the call for love. Stop and monitor your thoughts. Maintain a strict censorship over your thinking. Stop and ask yourself, what would Jesus or Buddha or Allah or Mother Teresa do? Stop and recognize that we have no idea what kind of day or what might have happened to that particular person earlier in the day or earlier in their life. Imagine how much happier the world would be if we could actually just send out love. In our chapter from This Thing Called You this week, you might remember reading these words. The power of the Spirit, which is ever with you, is sufficient to meet your every need. If you need healing, this power can heal you. If you need happiness, the Spirit can provide it. If you need supply, the God who is ever with you can give it. No matter what situation you may be in, it can be changed. The winds of God never cease to blow. Set the sails of your hope that these winds may fill them. Learn to drink freely from the fountain of life. No matter what situation you may be in, it can be changed. Imagine if we allowed the winds of God to fill our sails each morning and believed the power of the Spirit was fulfilling our every need. Do you truly believe there would ever be a need to do anything other than plant a garden of love? Even when we were receiving calls for love, even when that little girl was pulling up my carrots. Nona Brooks in Mysteries wrote this. Our attitude has all to do with determining the kind of experiences that come to us. The love attitude brings harmony of experience. The fear attitude, confusion. I don't know about you, but harmony sounds a lot better to me than confusion in my life. And we all believe in love, right? Just for a moment, ask yourself how you know love exists. Can you see it or hear it or touch it, taste it, smell it? While we might see loving gestures and hear loving words, love is a feeling, as intangible as faith and belief. And we know it exists because we've experienced it. We've felt it. I like to think of the love as the divine pouring into creation through me and through you, and I feel it. And it takes spiritual practices and learning to develop our spiritual muscle to love in all circumstances, to be aware and monitor our thoughts so that what we plant is love and kindness and compassion. Do you have what our Science of Mind writer called the good-natured flexibility? or your willingness to follow the little through to the big? Think about this. The way others on the planet experience love is by seeing it in others, by seeing it come from each of us. They experience love when they are unconditionally accepted as who they are in any given moment. Loving requires us to practice letting go of judgment and being accepting of what is as is. And this can be very challenging, especially when the what is happens to be one of those things that pushes our buttons or screams to our judgmental tendencies. Spiritual muscles require practice, so we can make progress. Consider what Holmes said about judgment. The very judgments by which we judge others becomes a self-judgment. And a new thought, we might say it, you spot it, you got it. So get to the practice where you stop judging and decide to love. Decide to spot love so you have more of it. Plant your garden of love and then do the work to have the garden grow, to make more love in the world happen. Many of you are probably aware that we have a conference call every morning, Monday through Friday, and we start our day with prayer. I am so blessed by the calls, and I hope some of you will decide to start joining us. And I've become increasingly more aware that our morning prayers are manifesting very quickly. That group is planting a garden of love for each other every day, supporting each other in our request, and loving each other without judgments for what we're asking for prayer. I know for myself that sometimes what I see in my life is a matter of whether I am in the mood to see love. Does anyone else agree? That's why beginning my day with prayer is so essential to my building my spiritual muscle to be more loving always. Have you ever noticed in your own life that the same thing that happened yesterday or a week ago didn't trigger you then, but today it is just infuriating you for some reason? Why? Perhaps we're more tired. We might be hungry. We might have had a very challenging day. And you know what? That's no excuse. If you want to get more of love out of life and have a life that is fabulous, we have to learn to stop. We have to plant our garden of love and wait patiently for the harvest. Watering and pulling the weeds, noticing within our mind those thoughts that are judgmental or angry or irritated. And we need to love whatever stage the garden happens to be in, especially within ourselves. Forgive yourself when those anger, non-loving thoughts show up, and plant a garden of love for yourself as well. Our actions and the actions of every person on this planet is one of two things. It's either love or a call for love. So it's the obligation of each of us to allow the divine to move through us as we are love, to allow others to know love and to know the oneness of life through the love that we express, even when others are calling for love rather than being loving. If we want to experience more love, we need to love more. So I end with these words of Ernest Holmes, which he wrote in What Religious Science Teaches. If we look for a God of love, we must look long and deeply into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. Hate but hides the gleam. So let us look long and deep into each other. Let us see the unity of the whole so that love might reveal itself more on this planet. So in summary, how might you remember to plant a garden of love? Love is a lot like gardening. We plant love so we can experience more love in our lives. And we have patience to let the love we plant grow. Let kindness and understanding flow from your heart. Notice love and notice those calls for love and answer both of them with kindness and understanding. Eliminate the ego. Stop edging God out. Ask, what would Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Mother Teresa do? And remember, the power of spirit is filling your cells with love. All the divine comes into creation through you. So let go of judgment. Accept what is as it is. Build that spiritual love muscle. Practice loving everything. So here's your affirmation for the week. How is it I so easily and willingly make the choice today to plant a garden of love, to allow kindness and understanding to flow from my heart, and to know the divine goes forth anew into creation through me? And your challenge for the week? Plant a garden of love with everyone you meet and in every situation you encounter. Love no matter what this week. It might not be easy, and it is possible. And just observe yourself and others this week and learn to recognize those calls for love, both yours and theirs, and notice how you respond. As always, I invite you to just check in a couple times during the day to see how you're doing and remind yourself to consciously plant those seeds of love and be patient as they grow. Let's pray. We take a deep, nourishing breath. We move into that place within us where the divine is truly moving into creation as us, where we feel the love, the joy, the peace, the ease, the comfort, the safety. And we know that as individual expressions of the divine, that we are all of that. And we have all the love within us that we need to answer any call for love with love. So what I know to be the truth is that we are totally aware this week of what is happening in our surroundings, of when there is a call for love, when we are calling for love, and we are answering all of those calls from a loving heart with kindness and understanding. I am so grateful to know that we are allowing the Spirit to fill ourselves with love, to have us blow the winds of love across this planet. And it's from that gratitude that I release this prayer into the law of mind, spirit, and action, knowing the truth that right where we are, God is. And that divine has already said yes to these prayer requests, already called them good and very good. So I say amen, and we affirm it together. And so it is. And I am so grateful for everyone that is continuing to support us financially, support us with our calls in the morning, support us on Wednesdays by participating in the meditation. It is an absolute fabulous time of year, a time when we can see the seeds of love being planted all around. Just imagine if every seed that was planted to be a flower, you planted a seed of love. Again, thank you for your support. Enjoy our offertory song.
From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me, multiplied abundantly. From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
You can find all of the information for donating at our website at cslsoutheastla.org. You can use the donate button there, or you can use Zella or Venmo at 225-287-8887. You can text your amount to 1-225-320-5100, or you can mail your donation to CSL Southeast Louisiana, care of Reverend Larrye-Marie Heyl, 445 Magnolia Wood Avenue, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70808. We thank you for your tithes and donations, and we appreciate the fact that you are giving gifts that are flowing out to everyone we touch. What a wonderful way Karen has chosen to sum up this message today. Sing along with her as she reminds us to see, hear, and speak with love. The song is called May I.
May I, may I, may I, may I. So I wanted to end with this song today because it's all about how we see and we hear and we feel and we think about love. So may I see through the eyes of love. I'll teach it to you. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. That's it. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. Do that again. May I see with the eyes of love. Hear. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. Speak. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I sing that one again, like a vow. May I, may I, may I, may I, may So just allow those words to come in. May I see and hear and speak every day to myself, to everyone I meet, seeing through those eyes of love. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. And may I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see. May I hear. May I speak love. May love be in my heart. May I see love. May I just have love in my heart. Love. Always come from love in everything I do. Love. May love be in my heart. May I, may I, may I, may I love, may I see, may I hear, may I speak from that place of love. Love, love, may I see love, may I speak love, hear love, know love, claim love, may love be in my heart. May I, may you, may all of us take this message out into the world and just be love, be love, be love.
Next week, we continue our series on this thing called you with a message forever one with Spirit. We learn to recognize that we're one with the divine, that Spirit does work by abiding in us. Gary Michael Sky, who was the musician for the very first weekend that we opened the center, is bringing us wonderful songs to accompany this message. So be sure to join us and learn to be forever one with Spirit. Thank you for joining us today. I invite you to like us on Facebook at Center for Spiritual Living, Southeast Louisiana. And please follow us on our YouTube channel at CSL SELA. And it's just about time to join in our community time, which is a live discussion that follows the service every Sunday at 11:45 a.m. You have a little bit of time to go get a cup of coffee or some tea, and then dial into our conference line. The number is 540-792-0192. And the participation code is 475220. We hope you'll join us. So in closing, remember, Disney claims to be the happiest place on earth, but we at the Center for Spiritual Living in Southeast Louisiana know that we are the most joyful. So until we meet again, may you be wrapped in the arms of love and kindness, and may you remember to plant a garden of love so that love is all that is ever returned to you. Because what I know is when we feel love, when we see love, when we hear love and speak it, and we love from our heart, we always feel very much alive.
Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive, alive forevermore. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive forevermore. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. My spirit is alive. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive, alive forevermore. Alive, alive, alive forevermore. My spirit is alive. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah.